Why hello there beautiful people, Caz the Blackheart back with another Sacramento State Legacy video here on College Hoops 2K8. And we're going to be beginning the Hangar Challenge in this video, heading out to Colorado Springs, Colorado to do a 2-round tournament. And we're going to be taking on VMI in the first round. But before we talk about that matchup, let's kind of recap our first matchup of the season against UCLA. It didn't go very well for us, to say the very least. We ended up losing 88-70 in the first game of the season. And the big story in this game was Clarence Foster shooting 25% from the field and from three-point range. He did not have himself a very good game at all, and he's expected to be the main scorer on this team this year. So if he wants to keep that title, and if he wants to keep his starting job, he's going to have to play much better than he did against UCLA. We just couldn't stop Lubos Avery and Boo Ramsdell, the defending player of the year. Both had pretty good games for the Bruins. So in the Hangar Challenge tournament, we're going to be starting off against VMI. And in the other matchup, you got Air Force, who's hosting the tournament, taking on Yale. Before we leave for the tournament, however, we do have a few visitors this week. We got Daryl Mason, who's the number 2 overall prospect in the nation and the number 1 point guard out of Long Beach, California. And he wants to be close to home and he wants to feel wanted. We definitely want him on our squad. He has a lot of upside to him outside of size. And currently we're the only team to offer him a scholarship, but we're definitely not in his top 5 right now. UCLA is the top team that he's looking at, and we just lost to them, so that doesn't work in our favor. Then you got Austin Moran, who's the 8th ranked point guard in the nation, number 16 overall in the nation. And he's a pretty talented guy, not as talented as Mason, obviously, and we're the only team to offer him a scholarship, but we're very low on his list of teams that he wants to play for. So we're going to be taking on VMI. This is actually their first game of the season. Now, on paper, we're a much better team, but this is not a team that you can take lightly. These are military guys, after all, so they could definitely give us a game. They can give us a fight in this one. And anything can happen in these tournaments, as we proved last season. But taking a look at the starting lineup, they got Harry O'Brien, Parker Holden, Johnny Anderer, Will Lavender, and Jeffrey Singleton starting for them. On our side, we got the same starting 5 as the last game. Christopher Hornsby at the point, Clarence Foster shooting guard, Benny Bills at small forward, Frank Leno at power forward, and Mark Gibson at center. So here we go. The Hornets taking on the Keydets here, as Gibson able to win the tip, and here we go. Frank Leno going to take it up the court. Passes inside to Gibson, and Gibson going to kick out to Hornsby from the point, and he's going to hit the 3 to give Sacramento State a 3-0 lead. VMI with the ball here. Here's Andrew kicking out to O'Brien from the point, and he says, right back at you, Hornsby. It's a tie ball game at 3. We nearly turned it over there, and now Hornsby going to kick it over to Benny Bills for the 3 in the corner. 3-point lead for the Hornets. Now VMI down just 2. Andrew going to drive inside, right past Bills, and he gets the bucket. We're tied at 6, so VMI early on keeping pace with Sacramento State. O'Brien over to Andrew in the corner. He's going to hit the 2 with his foot on the line, so it's tied at 8 again. After some free throws, it's 10-8 Sacramento State. Then O'Brien going to pull up for 3 again and give VMI a 1-point lead. So now Sacramento State looking to respond here. Hornsby over the Turk side with a deep 3. Goes off the backboard, but it's going to be a goaltend against Singleton. I don't really understand that, but I'm not complaining about it. A 2-point lead for Sacramento State. Now Hornsby going to hit a deep 2. 7 points already in this game for Christopher Hornsby, as Leno steals an inbound, and Leno going to take it all the way to the hole, but he blows the dunk somehow. I don't know, he had a clear path to the bucket, but he just blew it there. But Gibson not going to blow that layup as he gets the bucket to make it a 6-point game. As they look to inbound it again, and Turkson picks it off. He's going to take it to the hole, shows Leno how it's done, and it's an 8-point lead for the Hornets. So here's a 3 attempt, no good, rebounded by Queen. Queen going to push it to Leno. Leno going to lay it up this time, and he gets the friendly roll and the foul. So Frank Leno able to redeem himself just a little bit as Sacramento State is up by 11. Here's Queen getting the bucket there, and it's 24-11 now. Just under 9 minutes to go in the first half. Pass over to Holden in the corner. He's going to hit the 3, and it's a 10-point ball game now as VMI not trying to go away in this one as Lavender gets the steal, Hornsby back to defend, but then Snyder's going to get wide open, gets a friendly roll in the 3, and now VMI right back into this game now. Midway through the first half, and Gibson with a beautiful hook there to give Sacramento State an 8-point lead. Now pass inside to Lavender, nice layup there as VMI keeping pace with Sacramento State. Now here's Bill Queen, back down 2 defenders, and the hook shot goes for him, and it's an 8-point lead for the Hornets. Now O'Brien trying to work his way inside, but pulls back for the 3, and his foot was on the line, so that's just 2. But it's a 6-point game. VMI not going away in this one, as Gibson with another hook shot gets the friendly roll, and it's an 8-point lead for Sacramento State. So the bigs doing a lot of work in this game. And 5 minutes to go. O'Brien pulls up for 3, and that's going to be a goaltend against Gibson. Not sure how that was a goaltend, but it's a 5-point game now. Swoger going to pass over to Foster in the corner. He was in front of the 3-point line, so that's a 2. And now Sacramento State with a 7-point lead. But now Snyder going to pull up. No good. Rebounded by Gibson. And Foster going to pull up on the other side, and he's going to drain the 3. So that's a 5-point turnaround as Sacramento State takes a 10-point lead. And now a big steal by Earl Swoger, the freshman. And Swoger going to pass inside to Foster, and he puts it up for the bucket. Foster with 7 points now after having a very quiet first half of the first half. Now Foster going to pass over to Colin Washington, who pulls up for the 2. And it's a 14-point advantage for Sacramento State as VMI turns it over again. Gibson going to push it to Swoger, passes over to Washington, and another short-range 2 goes in. And Sacramento State started off really slowly in this game, but they're starting to take advantage. Now Bills in the corner again. Benny Bills with another big 3 to make it a 16-point game. And now here's Hornsby calling for the pick and roll. Passes to Gibson inside, and he's going to get the bucket to make it an 18-point advantage. As VMI was looking strong at one point, but now they're starting to fall behind. O'Brien goes up for the 3 and gets a friendly roll to make it a 15-point game. So VMI not quite out of it yet, but Sacramento State dominating right now as Foster pulls up for the mid-range jumper, and now he's up to 9 points. So Foster having a better game than he did against UCLA, but Gibson gives up a bucket there. It's a 15-point ball game as VMI is really showing that military strength, but a big steal by Bills, his second of the game, and he's going to dunk it. Benny Bills with 8 points in the first half. Tom winding down now, Lavender inside, and he's going to get the bucket over Bills. So we go into the half with Sacramento State up 50-35 over VMI, but you definitely got to hand it to this VMI team. They've definitely hung in there with the Hornets. VMI shooting 56% from the field while Sacramento State shooting 58%. Only 7 3-pointers attempted by Sacramento State in this game. Very surprising to see that, as they've pretty much been known as a 3-point shooting team, but they've worked more in the paint in this game. As we begin the second half, and Leno called for the foul on Anderer, who gets the bucket, and it's a 12-point game. Foster going to turn it over now. Here's Holden in transition, taking it to the bucket. Leno called for another foul and another bucket. So VMI makes this a 10-point game. Now a big block there by Mark Gibson, and Sacramento State in transition. Foster going to pass inside to Bills, and Bills going to get blocked by Singleton. So VMI showing that military toughness again, not letting the defending national champs get in their heads. And a big 3 by Anderer. He's up to 11 points now, and it's a 7-point ball game as VMI looking to get a comeback here, as O'Brien able to hit the 3 from the point. Sacramento State needs a timeout as their lead is cut down to 4. And now Hornsby going to pass inside to Gibson. Nobody there to stop him. And Gibson with 12 points. And then a big steal there. Foster gets credited with the steal, but it was made possible by Leno, and a big dunk by Foster makes it an 8-point game. And now here's the press, and Anderer wide open, and he's going to drain another 3. That's 14 points for Anderer. It's a 5-point game yet again. And now Gibson with a big layup there, up to 14 points as Sacramento State takes a 7-point lead. Anderer right over the head of Queen for the bucket, as VMI not going away in this one, but then Queen on the other side gets blocked, and it's called a goaltend actually. Not quite sure about that call, but again, I will take it. It's a 7-point game, and then Queen with another tip. It's Hornsby down the court, and he's going to pass to Queen. He's going to lay it up, and good. So 7 assists for Hornsby in this game, and Queen definitely doing his thing off the bench. But then O'Brien going to get a quick layup. Now it's a 7-point game, just over 10 minutes to go. Big steal by Jackson Steele, and Randy Lambier able to get the bucket and make it a 9-point game. He'd make the free throw to make it a 10-point game, and now just an 8-point lead for Sacramento State. And Hornsby passes inside to Lambier, and he gets another bucket, another assist for Hornsby as well. Hornsby going to tip it, and it's another steal for Steele, and then another assist as Turkson able to hit the bucket there. And Hornsby just making plays all over the place, gets his own bucket this time. And what a sequence for Christopher Hornsby right there, as Sacramento State ends up taking a big lead, up 18 now. But again, VMI not trying to go away here, but they miss a shot there. And now here's Hornsby calling for a pick again. Hornsby going to pass inside to Gibson, and another bucket. Hornsby with a double-double now. And Sacramento State with a 20-point lead. Now it's cut down to 18 after the bucket there. Now here's Dooley looking to bring VMI back as O'Brien drives inside right past Turkson, and he gets the bucket. It's a 16-point game. Hornsby going to throw the ball away here. It's a turnover. Sampson going to lay it up. No good. Gets his own rebound, and he's able to put it back in to make it a 14-point game. So again, VMI not going away here. O'Brien with a 3 makes it a 10-point game under 5 minutes to go. VMI not going away, but that turnover might just seal it here as Turkson steals it off the tip, and he dunks it for a 12-point lead for Sacramento State. Just over 3 minutes to go. Sampson gets the rebound. No good. Holden with the rebound. Puts it back up, and it's a 10-point game again as Sacramento State burns another timeout. But here's Swoger looking to help him put it away. Foster in the corner, and a big shot there by Clarence Foster to give him a 13-point lead. And now here's the pass inside. Gibson lays it up, and it's good. Another 13-point lead for Sacramento State. And then a turnover here. Going to end any chances of VMI coming back as Gibson puts it up, gets the bucket, and he would finish with 23 points as Sacramento State holds off a very game VMI team. 89-75 is the final. Again, Gibson with 23 points is the player of the game. Also had 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks, and 4 steals in this game. As Coach Ramsdell was looking for his replacement for Sean Brock. Gibson isn't exactly Brock, but he's been pretty close so far in the 2 games he's played. Christopher Hornsby with a double-double, 11 points, 12 assists, and 4 steals in this game. Foster shot much better, 14 points, 4 assists, and 3 steals. He shot 60% from the field in this game, so much better than the 25% he shot last game. VMI was led by O'Brien with 24 points in his game. He also had 5 assists and 3 steals. He was 9 of 14 from the field, including 6 of 9 from 3-point range. And overall, definitely got to give VMI a lot of credit. They actually made a higher percentage of their shots in this game and took more threes than we did and still had a higher 3-point percentage. That's that military strength for you guys. But next video, we'll be taking on Yale in the championship game for the Hangar Challenge as they defeated Air Force, who was the host of the Hangar Challenge. So it's kind of disappointing we won't be playing Air Force at all. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. And you guys have yourselves a wonderful rest of your day, night, or whenever you're watching this. And like I always say, guys, no matter what happens, make sure you keep that mofo rolling. I love y'all 3000. I'm Audi 5000. Deuces.